to another video. Today we're actually going to be going through and building a couple of different vehicles on Shop BMW USA. I've been a client advisor at BMW for about 4.5 years now, and I love building cars on our website and always love learning more about what's out there and how I can best assist people whenever they're kind of going through their building process. There are a lot of different nuanced options and those sort of things whenever you're building out a BMW, and that's why I wanted to start creating this this series on building a couple of different cars on our website. I've done one other video so far on this topic, and that was the X5 50i video, approximately a year or so ago now. And I figured that that video actually did pretty well, and I figured I might as well kind of pop in and start to try to help out doing a couple of more videos. So every Thursday from here on out, I'm actually going to be going through and I'm going to be building a couple of different cars for you guys on BMWUSA.com for the videos that are then subsequently coming out on that Sunday. So on this Sunday, we have the X2 M35 video coming out. And I'm going to be building today the X2 28i and the X2 M35i. So the X2 28i is what we're going to be building first, and that car comes with 250 or so odd horsepower, gets really good gas mileage, 33 or so miles per gallon combined, and it has various different trims. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build video. So on the X2, you have two different exterior trim styles. I'm a 24-year-old, almost 25-year-old male, so I'm going to probably typically trend a little bit more towards the sporty side of vehicles. But in these different videos, I'm going to be going over all of the different benefits and detractors from selecting certain options and what that does to your different builds. If you would like to see what I end up putting together, I will end up highlighting both vehicles at the very end of this vehicle. So if you just want to see the list of the options and you don't necessarily care about what the options do, just go ahead and skip to the end of the video and let me know what you guys think at that point. But yeah, so on the X2, you have both the M Sport and the Sport design. So whenever you're opting for the Sport design of the X2, you are going to be greeted with 19-inch bicolor wheels, an anthracite gray headliner, and as standard, the X2 comes with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, the curved display, no heads-up display, that is an additional charge, and that is a kind of popular one too, which is why I'm mentioning it here early. Navigation, and then active blind spot monitoring. The previous version of the X2 didn't feature blind spot monitoring, and now it is a standard feature, which is huge, especially in the world of modern vehicles where even things such as Hyundais are starting to come with blind spot monitoring and those sort of things. And then you can also upgrade to the optional M Sport trim for $2,500, which is what I will be doing in this case of the video. And instead of the typical Sport trim where the car looks a little bit more plain and not quite as aggressive, you get this more aggressive kind of ground effect here on the front of the car. And then also over all of the wheels and the ground effects here, you're going to get a color matched trim. Just looks super nice. And then you also get bigger brake calipers and nicer looking wheels. Some people will choose to ultimately end up blacking out these, or not necessarily blacking out, but matching the side reflectors to be the same body color of the car, like in Europe, where you don't have where the laws around side reflectors aren't quite as strict. People will choose to get color matched panels and those sort of things over there. But for the sake of this build, we are going to be going with the M Sport trim with my car. The X2 always comes with a little spoiler here on the back of the vehicle. And then the next step is going to bring us to colors. So the X2 has so many different colors. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different colors to choose from on this car. And I am going to be picking in both of my different builds this lovely Vegas Red Metallic. If you choose these more exclusive or rare colors, such as the Storm Bay Metallic, which is a nice flat finish type of paint with a little bit of metallic finish in it, you're going to be spending an extra $600 or so odd dollars, $550 here, or one of these frozen paints. You're going to just be spending so much more extra money, and I really love the Vegas Red. It's In real life, it's a little bit more crimson than this. Online, it shows very, very red. But in real life, it's much more burgundy and has a ton of beautiful metallic flake, which is why I'll be picking it for my build. You can also choose this Storm Bay Metallic, which is almost like an Easter egg color. And then the frozen paints down here at the bottom are the matte finish option with BMW. And these are great. However, you will want to ultimately end up getting a little bit of PPF on the exterior of the color, possibly some matte PPF. And on a car around this size, that'll cost you about $7,000. So to invest 10 grand in a paint job seems a little bit excessive for me. So I probably am going to be skipping that on this build. I'll be sticking with the standard 19-inch all-season tires as I live in a Midwestern climate where it's not quite as conducive to have high-performance tires. So I will just stick with the standard 19-inch all-season non-run flat bicolor wheels that come standard with the M Sport package. No additional charge for that or anything along those lines outside of the $2,500 package that makes it look a little bit sportier. On the interior, you've got this lovely Veganza leather interior, which is actually vegan leather. And you have so many different colors to choose from, 6 different colors, all without harming the planet. By using these synthetic materials, it works really, really well. And I am an absolute sucker for Alcantara, so I'll be choosing that for the interior of the car. I love the M colors. You've got this little bit of red that'll reflect with the exterior, along with a nice blue contrast on the interior. So that's what I will be picking. Just as I feel like Alcantara hides a lot of sweat, it makes the seat very, very comfortable, and it also holds you in a little bit more, as not only is this shoulder portion here and the side of the headrest in Alcantara, you also have Alcantara all down the center part of the dash here, or not the dash, the seat, and then you also have more Alcantara all over the dash. It's so nice, and it just really, really breathes in high quality finish. My second choice would be the Atlas Gray Smoke White bicolor perforated, as this is super cool, and it's got the extra red trim on the inside, and that is going to be going with our next option. But I'm going to stick with the Alcantara for this build, just because you just get so much extra stuff. I would like to point out, if you choose to not get the Alcantara trim, this will be like this nice hexagon finished faux leather on the dash here, and also on the X2, as I point out in my X2 M35 and 28i review, this dashboard is actually all soft touch material, and it's very, very high quality, especially for a lower MSRP vehicle from BMW at around that $47,000 or so mark. On the interior, I actually picked the same trim. Well, I actually didn't necessarily pick the same trim. On the X2 35i, I picked this trim, but on the 28i, I really like the high gloss trim. It does scratch a little bit easy, but it just looks so nice. For the interior package, I feel that the best bang for your buck is this technology package. Whenever you upgrade to the M Sport model, you do have to get the $1,850 option of the convenience package at $1,850. That unlocks the panoramic sky lounge or panoramic sky roof, which alternatively you will just have a fixed metal panel on the roof with no opening. This is quite nice. However, it doesn't open up to the sun, but it just makes the cabin feel a little bit more spacious on the inside. You also get the digital key plus, which lets you use your iPhone as a key. So I can just walk up to the car without having a key on me and just unlock it with my iPhone or Android, specific Android device, as long as it's equipped with the high ultra wideband technology and it is supported by BMW. You will not have to carry a key with you. You also get wireless device charging, comfort access, keyless entry, where you can just come up to the vehicle and it'll unlock for you. An auto dimming rearview mirror, so it feels like a modern vehicle. Also, the exterior mirrors are going to be auto dimming as well, and then you get a thicker glass on the front window, which just makes it a little bit more quiet on the inside, and then you also get the power folding mirrors. So that was already on our car at the $47,000 MSRP that we're working with, but I would highly recommend at least getting the technology package to get that upgraded heads-up display, parking assistance plus, self-parking, anti-theft recorder, and then you get all of the same options from the convenience package here too, such as that acoustic glass and those other nice features. But the biggest things that I'm focusing on and why I would recommend getting the technology, or what I'll probably end up getting, the premium package, is just these nicer features, such as the interior camera to record if somebody gets into your car and starts doing anything sus. You also get the nicer Harman Kardon audio system, which has a nicer bass profile and is typically an $850 option as a standalone. And the biggest thing is the heads-up display. The heads-up display is featured in full color, and it works extremely well for detailing what's going on around you. And as you're already spending $1,850 on the premium package, it's only an extra $2,000 to get that heads-up display, the Harman Kardon system, and also the parking assistance package, which before in 2023 model year, that would have all cost you around $2,300 to $2,500 to get those features. So I would definitely recommend premium package, as that makes it feel like a BMW. My commute to work is extremely short, so I'm actually not going to be opting for the Driving Assistance Plus or the Driving Assistance Professional package in my build. The Drive Assistance Plus package is probably what I would recommend most people to get if you drive over 2 hours on a frequent basis, as that allows you to get that lovely adaptive cruise control where it reads the vehicle in front of you. And then if you get caught in traffic jams frequently, you can also add in the Driving Assistance Professional package, which will actually let the car completely drive for you at level 2 autonomous driving, where it's that full drive assist level, where you don't have to drive the car at all under 40 miles an hour. So if you spend a lot of time living in a big city and you're always stuck in traffic, this is a great package. But for me, in the Midwest, Cincinnati type suburbs, I'm not going to get either of these, as I only have a 15-minute or 8-mile commute to work, and it's really not that big a deal. So we're just going to focus more on the performance things. The M Sport Professional package is quite nice, and you do get a lot of things for your money with that. You get a more aggressive rear spoiler with this fat little divot here in the back, so it will no longer be just a flat spoiler on the rear. You also get blacked out shadowline lights, blacked out mirror caps, blacked out extended shadowline trim with a matte kidney grille, and you get these nicer red brake calipers as well. I probably, just because I threw the Vegas red on, will be throwing on the M Sport Professional package. However, if you were saving money, I wouldn't recommend getting this, because the $800 is a little bit unnecessary and you're just kind of blowing it just for some additional glitz and glam type features on the car. So not that big a deal, but just to make it match with the rest of my paint job, I am going to be selecting that for that blacked out grille, the blacked out headlights, and then also those red brake calipers. I just think it looks quite nice. And then again, living in the Midwest, I am going to elect that remote engine start option, as it's quite nice to have for those cold days. So that will be another thing that I kind of kick on there. And then everything else is more or less pretty much set. I'm not going to recommend that anybody get the personal eSIM 5G, especially on an X2, as that's geared towards younger buyers and you're less likely to have children. The illuminated kidney grille is cool, but it's not my thing, and I wouldn't waste $500 on it. The last thing that I'll probably be adding are these active front seats. So that is going to add in massage seats to your car, and then it's also going to add in adjustable side bolsters, meaning this portion here is actually going to tie in and get you a little bit more set into the vehicle on those tight back roads. And then you're going to get the lumbar support and additional massage functions in the back here. And for $450, that's almost a no-brainer. Other than that, I'm really happy with my build. I'm going to add in these front heated seats and heated steering wheel, bringing my total MSRP after destination charge of $1,175 to $52,245. That is going to net me out 255 horsepower, highly efficient hatchback in a beautiful sporty trim type design. And I'm really, really happy with this build. However, on the X2, I feel that the true value proposition comes in on the 235 model. As most of my option choices are the same, I'm just going to skip straight to the summary on this one. So on the M235 model, you're getting an additional 65 horsepower over the 28i. It still has that nice, sharp-looking X2 28i M Sport trim with 20-inch wheels with this nice bicolor design, shadowline blacked out headlights, blacked out roof liners, so you can have a kind of like roof rack on the top of the car. I kayak and bike a lot, so I'm going to be adding that to my car. You also get a cooler steering wheel and these awesome M Sport seats. for much cheaper than you do on the 28i model. And like for an extra only $6,000 or about 10% of the MSRP, you get a lot more for your money by opting for that M235. So I would recommend, if you have room in the budget, doing the M235, as this is likely to hold its value better, and you get a lot more horsepower, and overall it's just a more fun car. The dual clutch transmission feels extremely effortless and very well paired with the M235 or the X2 M35i. So this is going to be my choice, but allow me to further detail some of my other decisions. You get these nice 20-inch, more attractive looking all-season tires, which for my Midwestern climate works very well. I'm still going to be getting the premium package, which is much cheaper at only $2,600, so you're saving $1,400 on that heads-up display, the better sound system, and that garage door opener, which is all more or less standard on the M235. And then again, I am picking out the same heated front seats and steering wheel option for $550. The M Sport seats, which do incorporate the nice Alcantara centerpiece. And you can't even get these same seats on the 28i model. So these are kind of one of my favorite parts of the M235, as they just hold you in that corner that much better. You also get these nicer paddle shifters, which are standard on the M Sport model, still on the 28, but it just makes it feel that much better. And they're just so easy to find as you're going through the corner, as you guys would see if you watched the M235 video that's coming out in a couple of days here on Sunday. But yeah, I did still choose to elect to get those extra roof flails and that higher gloss saddle line for only $250. And then whenever you select the M Sport seats, you do have to get the M compound brakes, which have slightly better stopping power. These are the same brake compound that they come on the M4s and M340s. So it's going to have a very, very nice braking effect with great handling and performance by electing to get these compound brakes. But if I wasn't mandating that I got the M Sport seats, I wouldn't be getting this option either. So if you want to cut out about $1,500 or so of your budget and bring this down to only about $56,500, an only $5,000 gap for an extra 65 horsepower, better standard equipment, and just an overall better resale and performance feel, you can save an extra $1,500 and spend only $4,000 more on the X2 M35i if you're interested by electing to not get these better seats. But for my build, I did, because money doesn't exist when you're not actually spending it. Bringing the entire MSRP to only $58,195 for the X2 M35i. Hopefully this was a very cohesive and helpful video going through the build on the X2. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'll be posting my builds in the description below as well. So if you guys have any questions or would like to compare and contrast your builds to mine, you can do that. But yeah. Hopefully this was helpful. I will be doing one of these videos every single week until I run out of cards to build, and then we're going to be moving on to other manufacturers after this video comes out. And I'm going to hopefully just be able to help you guys build out pretty much whatever car you want within about a year or so. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something from it, please leave a like and consider subscribing, as I'm trying to reach 10,000 subs within the next year or so on this channel and try to go full time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.